Hello everyone, this is BuddyQuaPinks and welcome to Let's Play 999. In the last episode, we finished off with another ending of the game. We got killed right over a submarine and everybody else was dead. So yeah, big mystery there. We still don't know who killed them. So now, what I have done is I went back and I had to replay a bunch of stuff, unfortunately. And I went through door 5 and I went through door 7. And so now I am going to be going through the only door that's left that I haven't gone through in this section, door 6. So that should be interesting. Hopefully we'll get a new ending. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Very sad. But yeah, I don't know who killed him. Really strange. Okay. I want to go through door 6. Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all.
That's a problem.
June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said.
None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Oh.
Clover and I chose door 1. Lotus and I chose door 2. That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
Oh boy.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1. Damn. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? I have an idea. Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence.
Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1? With me.
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7, 8, and 4 is 19, which would equal uno. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
Yep.
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. Can't blame her, man. She lost her brother. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable given the horrible situation in which she had found herself, but even so... Even what?
I understand. I will go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door. No one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution.
Yep. There we go. 6. 7, Lotus, what do you guys think?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either. Alright then, we're good to go. Yeah, seems fine to me. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Excuse me. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. I'm trying not to cough. It's really annoying this time of year when you get sick. The ride to E deck was a silent one. Alright, let's go. Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Oh boy. Looks creepy down there. I don't like it. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6. One by one, they put their palms over the red. Should be familiar procedure by now. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. The door opened. and all at once the four of them leapt through it. Run! Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd enter through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one. It's all good now.
It stopped.
Yes, it stopped. The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat. Ooh. He'd been through the doors 3 times before, but repetition had not dulled the experience. He was not anxious to find it dulled, however. He hoped to be free of the ridiculous game long before that happened. I think he said this before.
All right, let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. That was good humor. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door. Ooh, it was a heavy thing made of iron and more than a little threatening. Seems very ship-like. He took hold of the bar that served as its doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. Uh-oh. I'll keep going. Oh. It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional but utterly tremendous. Looks interesting, all right.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them.
I stole the rest of them.
That's how Seven would say it. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps. It was easily the largest room they'd seen, and yet it was somehow closed and oppressive. The ceiling was at least 2 stories high, if not significantly more. It was easily several hundred feet across and appeared to stretch the entire width of the ship. In the center of that gargantuan room stood a massive rounded building. Even from a distance, the sheer bulk of it was oppressive. Junpei could feel the room, the building, even the air pressing down on him. Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important.
All right, let's head downstairs.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath them. They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. Interesting. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up. Excuse me. This is such a weird part, definitely. I kind of remember this. It looks kind of familiar from Pharaoh's LP.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Yes, the thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger.
I see. Even if Ace was right, the boiler was boiling nothing as they approached it. The entire room was as silent as the grave. Suddenly, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees. Uh-oh. She's sick again.
Hey, what's wrong?
Obviously, the girl's sick, honey.
Oh man. Are you alright?
He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her. It was then that he noticed.
You're really warm. Is your fever coming back?
No duh.
Yes. Yes, it probably is. But I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I just need to rest, and I'll be fine.
Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did. Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. Yeah, she's not doing too good. She let her head fall back against the wall as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath. Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clench tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. Yeah. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn. They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern. He didn't need words to express the urgency of their situation.
Alright, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon.
She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. Alright then. We need to seek a way out ASAP to help this girl out. But I think we'll be doing that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry for the short episode, and hope you're enjoying this. So until next time, have a nice day. Bye!